friends. I guess every teacher enjoys teaching Bernard Shaw's spoken English and broken English in his classroom. And you should see the jovial atmosphere in the classroom when they're learning. Because Bernard Shaw says that even in a country like England, there is nothing called as correct English. So we as foreign learners can have the liberty to speak it in the way we want. So the message is conveyed in English. That's it. We have had a hold over the language. And imagine the happiness of the students who find so much of difficulty in learning English. But then we must remember, if we have people like Bernard Shaw on one side, we also have linguistic commanders like Noam Chomsky and Ferdinand de Saussure on the other side. Who are they? Yes, we also have a linguistic study in your language paper. So now Noam Chomsky and Ferdinand de Saussure speak of the sacredness of linguistics and what is it that you should have when you write and read English. Before getting into what competence or performance is, again let us have a day-to-day example. Otherwise you won't be able to understand it correctly. So we will create a kind of a situation or a scene now. There is a house and a mother and a son live together, and they're happily going on. But one fine day, mother tells the son that I have to go to my sister's house for 3 days. So you will be left alone in the house. But now I want you to perform all the duties that I perform in the house. It's like you have to sweep the house, you have to boil the milk, you have to iron the clothes, you have to feed the dog, and also attend your online classes regularly. So these are normal duties here. He has seen his mother doing, so he accepts. Okay, you teach me, I'll be doing it. So 2 days are left. She starts the training. Training is like when she gets time, she teaches him sweeping, and whenever she gets time, she'll tell him how to boil, how to iron his clothes, and how to feed the dog. So everything is set. And by the time 2 days pass, the boy is almost perfect in doing all these jobs because he thinks these are very easy jobs. And then the 3rd day, mom goes saying him goodbye. Now the entire responsibility is on his shoulders. He starts with his activities, and here lies the fun of it. When he starts sweeping, because there is very less time left for his online class, when he starts sweeping, he also keeps the milk to boil. And he's so much engrossed singing and dancing and sweeping, the milk has already boiled and the kitchen has already eaten the milk, like it has flowed down. And the moment he struggles to the stove and he wants to manage with it, the dog has done some mischief outside. It has gone out of the doors. So he runs out to catch the dog, and by the time he returns, the cat has completely finished with the milk. And he cleans and he does all the cleaning business, and he goes to iron the clothes. And the moment he has switched on the iron and is about to iron his clothes, there is a kind of a doorbell. So he rushes to see who has come, and by the time he speaks and returns back, the iron box has literally eaten his shirt. And looks at the time, it's almost, the time has passed. He's already 10 minutes late for his online class. He hurries and goes and attends the online class with some odd and old shirt. And there is a kind of a bad feeling from his teacher who is looking at him. So this is all a kind of a mess that is being created just in one day. And the similar things happen even on the 2nd day. And when the 3rd day mom comes, he is almost in tears, and he tells her that you taught me so well, mom, but I don't know why I couldn't hold those responsibilities properly. So what would be the cause? The mother thinks for a while and she tells him, yes, I know the reason why it all happened. Because I gave you the knowledge of things, but I did not tell you how to perform those duties in a better way. This is what Noam Chomsky or Ferdinand de Saussure want to tell us also. Like, what knowledge you have. Learning knowledge is on one part very good. Somehow you struggle and get the knowledge. But then when you want to implement that knowledge into practice, practice, when you want to bring that knowledge into practicality, there comes a big hurdle. Like for example, someone is teaching you on video how to knead the flour. So it's so easy. She's taking a bowl and she's pouring some flour and water into it. She's kneading, and immediately it is shown that it has become a dough. And then when you start doing it merely on the knowledge of that video, instead of becoming a dough, it becomes a paste. So this is how, when knowledge is not correctly applied to the performance, it fails. Come now, let us go back to linguistics. So in linguistics, we have many things to learn, like you have the study of syntax, your study of semantics, phonology, morphology, and along with that you also have a study of competence and performance. So somewhere in 1965, Noam Chomsky came with his theory of syntax. So it is all about generative grammar. He spoke too much of competence that students should develop. What is this competence? That when a certain language is taught to native speakers or to foreign learners, it should be taught very meticulously, and the student should be so dedicated that a lot of attention, lot of memorizing, and a lot of strain, stamina has to be there with the students in order to pick the correct form of language. So what is this correct form of language? It is nothing but the study of language, the grammatical construction, the syntactic point of view, the phonological point of view, and then you have the semantic point of view. So you have to study all these things before learning a language. Immediately you can't learn a language. So whatever mother tongue you learn is still in the very crude form. If you want a language in its real sense, you have to have a complete hold over the linguistics of that language. So having a hold of linguistics is nothing but competence. That is gaining knowledge of language. You are meticulously taught by your teacher. There are classes and classes of construction. So when you say, I drink water, so you know I is a pronoun, drink is a verb, and water is a noun, and how they have to be placed with each other, and how does this construction change when there is another kind of a compound sentence. So when there is a kind of an assertive sentence or imperative sentence, how does the structure change, how a language has to build itself. So this is how you have to have a competence over the linguistic aspect of a language. This is what he says in theory of syntax. But so much of stress on the competence part, and what about the performance part? So there was a lot of critique against this American linguist Noam Chomsky. So forcibly he had to come with another theory called linguistics and performance. Okay, once you've taught a student the linguistic part, now you have to concentrate, the teacher has to concentrate on the performance part. That is, what difficulties he has, especially in the communicative mode or in the spoken way. Well, if he is learning English, so how would he take spoken English as? He is good in written English, but what difficulties he would have in spoken English. So this study and the perspective of a teacher towards his students, this is how competence and performance came into use. At the same time, a Swiss linguist called Ferdinand de Saussure came is Lalang and Parole. So Lalang is nothing but again competence according to Chomsky, and Parole is nothing but speech errors. So how is it that the speech errors happen? We can have some examples, we will have an understanding of it. Now, I as a teacher teach my student after having taught him good grammar and after having exercised much on his linguistic competence. Now I tell my student, okay, you just repeat what I tell you. Did you have your food? So the students knows the construction, there is nothing to worry. But when he wants to utter the same sentence immediately after what I have uttered, he says, did you eat your food? So then the construction is okay. The student has worked on the construction part, it is okay. But then where lies the error? There should be some confusion in the kind of a vocabulary. Not that the student doesn't know what is the meaning of have. The student knows that have should be used there. But then when it comes to the spoken part, immediately there is some shift from memory or there is some shift from learning. So it could be because of some social strains, or it could be because of the emergency of expressing the answer or meaning of the sentence. So this is what happens. So this is the vocabulary problem that rises in front of the teacher. Now let's take another example, a bit of complicated example. Eight very lazy elephants ate bananas. So this is what I want my students to tell me now. Now immediately they know the construction part, they're very sure. But then they will maybe they'll utter it like this: 8 elephants, very lazy, bananas ate. So each word is used. There is no vocabulary problem here. Then what is the problem here? The construction is a problem. So it is either the construction problem with the student, or it is the vocabulary problem with the student. So managing these comes into the study of performance. So managing these also comes in the study of Parole. But then whether it is Chomsky or Ferdinand, they are more interested in the competence or the la-lang side. Then who should take off the parole, or who should take off this performance part? So this duty lies on the teachers. So inside the class, you can use the board, you can use many audio visual things and teach them competence, but performance cannot be taught like that. So as a teacher, what I have experimented is performance has to be taught as an experiment or as an activity. Like we can have dialogues, or the child should be given some activity where it talks and does. For example, now you are asked to knead the dough. So she will talk each thing, like each thing is told to the other student, each thing is explained to the other student. So these kind of indoor activities, or a scene can be created. So there is a kind of a bank, or there is a kind of a railway station or a bus stand. So the students talk, they have their linguistic performance because they are literally taking language as an event. They are performing the language. So learning a language is different from performing the language. So the ardent duty of the teacher is to make the student perform the language. For example, there is an NSS camp, or there is some outside activity going on. You ask your students to perform the language in their activity. She wants to chop the grass, or she wants to plant a sapling. So she talks and does it. She talks and does it. So this is not going to be that easy, because you have n number of students in the class, and this personal attention to every student cannot be given. So Noam Chomsky and Ferdinand de Saussure are not bothered about how the performance is being done by the students, or how it is being managed by the teachers. What they have given us is a beautiful text on the linguistic aspect of a language. Now, in 1974, a certain linguist called Hills came, and he defended the students and the teachers in some other way. He said no need of so much of struggle. Okay, let the students learn the linguistic part. They are very good in writing, and that's almost, they've done about 60-70% of the job. They've worked on the language. So if their language is socially appropriate, or if it is socially acceptable, then that is all with the spoken part of the language. This is how there is a kind of a critique against Saussure or Chomsky. Now the students can have a kind of a socio-linguistic approach to their language. So given a context, they will behave in that particular, they will use their language in that particular way. For example, you go to a marriage and someone asks you, how are you? So you need not be that formal or very correct with your grammar. You would say, wow, life is going on very well, and just see me how jolly I am. So the same question is being asked in a cabin in some office. So how are you, Mr. So-and-so? Thank you, sir, I'm very much fine. And this is how. And then when you're with a friend, can't you see how happy I am? So this is a kind of a different intonation. So there are many other aspects. Along with the grammatical construction of a sentence, there are intonation that affects the language, and there are the social conditions that affect the language. There is a kind of a memory loss. There is a kind of a depression kind of a thing when the person is talking. So all these social factors around a student or a teacher could affect in a classroom. So it is just a very interesting thing to make the students perform the language. But the only thing that him tells us that you should have a kind of a very give and take concept when you teach a language. So competence we already have much with us. So now it is the time for teachers to make the students perform the language. So this is all a brief note that I wanted to give you on competence and performance. Knowledge is something else and practice of it is something else. So have the knowledge, but before you perform it, just work a bit on it, and then the performance naturally becomes easy.